Hi, my name is Hillary Huff. I'm one of the assistant principals at Kitley Intermediate. I want to just give a shout out and say thank you to the Franklin Township Education Foundation for all the years of support that they have provided me through my career paths in the school district. So my first interaction with FTEF was the year I was a fourth grade teacher at Thompson Crossing, and I just started to notice the students were changing a little bit with their need for just student choice and the opportunity to move around the room, to struggles with sitting still in class and remaining focused. And so I did some research, and that year I discovered flexible seating for my students. Flexible seating is not cheap, so I did know I needed to reach out to FTEP for some help, and they were able to easily provide me with a multitude of items to support my students in my classroom that year. They provided me with a couch that students could sit on throughout the day to work and learn. They also provided me with wobble stools for students who wanted to be able to kind of move throughout their mini lesson time, and then they also provided me with those little squishy seats that you can sit on top of a student desk, so that if students were struggling paying attention or wanting to just kind of wiggle and move a little bit like that, then they could too. Very, very thankful for the opportunity to have those materials in my classroom. I did start to see improved behavior with students, and they did love the opportunity to have just a chance to choose where they wanted to sit and how they wanted to sit and learn throughout the day. Just before I left Thompson Crossing to move over as an administrative intern at Adams Elementary, I wrote a grant at the very end of the school year because our school district had started moving toward conscious discipline and that social emotional learning and support for our students throughout the school day. And so I wanted to toy with the idea of putting my own safe place in my classroom, and I did some research on the materials that I would need to be able to do that so that we could keep students in the classroom instead of them needing to leave for breaks and to calm down. They had the chance to calm down in my classroom. So I wrote the grant, and I again received it very thankfully. But just before we were to receive the materials for my team of teachers and me, I took a position at Adams. So I did leave the materials there. I was unable to use them, but the teaching team I worked with could have that for the next school year. And thankfully, Di appreciated her consideration, allowed me, or she actually provided me with, the FTEF actually provided me with the opportunity for my own safe place set at Adams that I could take with me. And so I was just so thankful for that, to be able to set one up in my office as an administrative intern to support students emotionally in my new position. And that was a very nice surprise. While I was over at Adams Elementary then too, I loved the idea of the safe place. And so I reached out to FTEF once again and asked for support with providing all of the teachers or all of the classrooms really with safe places at Adams. Thankfully, again, our staff was able to have the materials that would support every single classroom if should teachers want to take advantage of utilizing those. And so that was just wonderful to be able to see every classroom having a safe place and students beginning to utilize those and learn about those and continue to stay in classrooms versus coming out of them more often and more often. Also at Adams, again, FTEF supported, just in my role as administrative intern, has always supported with our kindergarten students who are not quite able to recognize the full alphabet yet, which is the first step of our guided reading initiative in the district. And so FTEF has just gone above and beyond every single year to provide us with our ABC books for students to take home over the summer, those ones who aren't quite where we want them to be yet before they come into kindergarten. And FTEP provides those hundreds and hundreds of books to be able to support students all throughout our entire school district. So incredibly thankful for that. And then now even here in my role at Kitley, we have students who have moved in and later on in the school year, and we're identifying them, our EL kiddos, at that same level, needing that type of support as our kindergarteners do at times. And so we're able to utilize those ABC books here too to be able to support those students. So I'm just so incredibly thankful for my journey with FTEF, and I encourage anyone who has considered it and maybe not attempted to write a grant for seeking support from FTEF, because they really do help us in our district in so many incredible ways.